If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Back a little bit big picture so we don't get you in trouble because I don't. We don't.
Yeah, you guys are really talking about a topic.
Yeah, right.
You might as well just talk about a different topic.
Let me ask.
Unless you guys want to talk about it, you guys can talk.
I think it's BS. Can I say that? I think it's BS. I want to ask.
Well, how did you feel when it happened? Really, at the moment that you saw the ref had called the taunting penalty,
I banged my fist in the press box.
How did it make the fans feel in Baltimore? I don't believe you guys, really. I believe that.
Let me pull it back a little bit because there was a lot of talk last week around football about trash talk in general. Nothing to do with officials, between players. That some of the guys from the Falcons were talking about Ndamukong Suh, and he was trash talking after he hit a guy. And to me, like when you guys talk, that's sort of part of football. That's just you're tough guys.
I mean, if you don't like the way someone's talking, then stop them from talking. You have a chance at the next whistle. In between the next two whistles, between go and stop, you have a chance to stop a guy from talking on every single play. So if you don't like the way he's talking, then do something about it. So
that's totally blown out. The people that complain about it, you just say, dude, come on,
and
man.
Everybody trash talks. There's only one way to stop someone from trash talking, and that's in between the whistles, hit him in the mouth, knock him down. That's it, plain and simple.
And that's what you're going to do against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday night.
I'm going to do my alignment, assignment, and technique from whistle to whistle, and a whole lot of hustle, and a face full of raving. And we're just the right men for the job.
When are we going to get the face full of Raven t-shirts? Has anybody trademarked that yet?
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
I don't know.
Can we steal it? That was a Harbaugh thing, right? The face full of Raven?
Coach Harbaugh is the genius mind behind that one.
Can we steal that?
But he's also the genius mind behind, you can't have your dauber down.
What?
Your dauber. You're like when someone's sad. When you're sad, you got your dauber down. He tells us, don't have your dauber down.
Is there another good one? Do you have any other Harbaugh-isms you can pass along?
He has win, what's important now.
Right.
He always likes to say that we're going to have the best day in the NFL today. We're going to have the best walkthrough in the NFL today. We're going to have the best lunch in the NFL today. Every moment's the best in the NFL. The best training you've ever had in the NFL. The best physical therapy you've ever had in the NFL. So.
Right. The best media session in the history of the NFL.
Absolutely.
No? Not a lot of those?
Yeah. Seize the moment type of guy,
What's he like before a game? I mean, we all see him, and when he's on a camera in front of him, he's pretty collected. I mean, he's a pretty collected dude. He's very thoughtful of, if I say this, you always hear him stop himself as he starts to answer something.
Right.
Well, if I say this, then people are going to take it this way. What's he like before a football game? When you guys are getting ready to go out there?
Well, he's just the opposite. The way you guys see him in the media with us, he's just the opposite. He's reserved, he's filtered, he's methodical in what he's going to say. With us, it's like everything goes. If it's good, if it's bad, it's always honest.
Right.
And so he's always, there's no barriers. His big thing is like, I'm not in a bubble. I'm your head coach, but I'm the same as you guys. I'm not in a bubble. Don't think you can't ever talk to me or say what you want to say to me. And that's probably the best thing about him. If he's having a bad day, you're going to know it. If he's having a good day, you're going to know it. You're going to always know what he thinks about you or how he feels about you. And I've never really been with a coach before that shows exactly who he is, because a lot of times the way you see coaches in the media, that's a lot how they handle their players oftentimes.
Sure.
And you kind of don't really know where you stand because you're kind of on both sides of the fence. You don't want to say the wrong thing, and you don't want someone to think the wrong thing or whatnot. But Coach Harbaugh is an honest guy, and he's probably the best head coach I've ever had in any sport.
Wow.
Even better than all my Little League coaches, and that's saying a lot. I won the city championship in Little League.
Did you?
Yeah. So
what position did you play?
I played pitcher. I pegged 1 out of 3 batters. Yeah, I was a pitcher and I was an outfielder. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, baseball was fun.
That's awesome.
Now, John in his 4th year now. BA, you being a veteran, you've been around, you've had other head coaches, but he's entering his 4th year, never been a head coach. Has he changed at all, or what growth have you seen in him? You were just talking about
he's completely different from day one than he is now. And he's evolved. He's completely better. So everything that he did on day one, he still does, but there's so many more things that he does now. So the trust factor that we have with Coach Harbaugh and the freedom that he gives us to be ourselves and do what we want is a lot more. When he first came, he had to wrangle in a team that was controlled by the players, and now it's a team that's controlled by the coaches and the players. We have a relationship, a balance, whereas before it was just a player-controlled team with Billick, So when we first started this thing 4 years ago, that the trust factor wasn't there. Everything was going to be done his way, and he didn't care, what you thought about it. Boom, this is the way it's going to be. He ruled with iron fist, now it's like we have this give and take and this ebb and flow in our relationship with all the players, and he's just so much better, and just the things that he's accomplished. I think he's the only coach in NFL history to go to playoffs in each of his first 3 seasons and win a game.
Right.
I think he's the only one in NFL history. So, and being a first-time head coach, he keeps climbing the ranks and doing amazing things. So we're good to have him. He's a great fit for Baltimore too. He's a hard hat and lunch pail type of guy. He's not one of those coaches that's or some of these like prima donna coaches that you hear about. He's not that type of guy. He's all about Baltimore and the city, and he's got a great relationship with Bashadi. They treat us right. He's got a great relationship with everybody on the team, like I mentioned, with the practice squad guys. So he's doing a great job.
Monday Night Live with Brendan Ayanbadejo, live from the High Tops. Glenn Clark, Luke Jones along for the ride here on WNST. BA, let's talk about let's get away from sports for a minute.
One thing, but the best thing about Coach Harbaugh is that everything is family oriented. So on Saturdays we get to bring our families to practice.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so we bring our kids, and they have a little daycare set up in training camp. You can bring your kids to training camp.
Nice.
And so just what that does for the guys to be able to be around their kids in training camp or even on a Saturday, it makes it like a family atmosphere. So now you're taking a bunch of guys that are a team, and we're more than a team, because I'm helping guys with their kids.
Right.
Anquan Bolden, me and Anquan Bolden's son will be playing around, or if I'm wrestling with Bernard Pollard's son, or the coach's kids are always around. So you're elevating us from a team and you're turning us into a tribe.
That's
like I
really
mentioned
cool.
before, and a tribe is like a team, but there's deeper relationships in a tribe than a team. So that's probably the most awesome thing that he does.
Very, very cool.
Sorry,
that's a really cool story. That's really cool. Away from football for a minute. So it's been a couple of weeks, and normally Nestor hasn't shown up in like a month. By the way, I don't know. He's just taking the whole month off.
We like it better when Nestor's not here.
Amen to that.
Now we're talking about something. What do you think about Nestor, really? How does Nestor make you feel deep down inside?
I think he's a really good coach myself. I think he really presents a family atmosphere.
Exactly, a good coach. Coaching what? Coaching you how to act?
From afar.
So you keep your job?
Right.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.